Well, let's continue the conversation around this story. Samana's murder has again highlighted the importance of collaboration between communities and various law enforcement agencies to crack such cases. The Gauteng police previously revealing that it was working with bodies like Interpol to apprehend the suspect, who is a Mozambican national who was in the country illegally. Well, crime expert is Dr Mary Mangai, who talks to us from Pretoria this evening. Dr Mangai, good evening to you, and thank you very much for your time. Can we begin with the collaborative effort between the police and the community concerned? That relationship previously was quite tenuous, if I could describe it like that. Police really not seeing eye to eye with the community because the community simply had lost trust in the police. Do you think that cases like this can help mend those fences?
Good evening to you and good evening to your viewers. Yes, I definitely do agree that there has been, and from the recent research we've conducted, we also find that lack of trust is actually one of the impending issues surrounding the effectiveness of community policing. So I think having to experience cases such as this would actually should reinforce the need for collaboration, should reinforce the need for co-creation and co-production of crime prevention and public safety. So I think that the community, you could see everyone coming on board because of, you know, the terrible nature of this case, rape and murder. And I think that it's very important that everyone hands is on deck to ensure that this perpetrator is brought to book. I also think that community collaboration, this very alleged person has actually been living in that community. He had been given the privilege to live, and someone is actually responsible for taking rent from him every month. And I think that it's important that such collaboration should be strengthened.
Yeah.
And we should have, yes, thank you.
Dr. Mangai, exactly the point that you are making now, that this individual has been living within the community, and that tonight is the biggest complaint, I would say, from the deceased mother's child, because she complains that she feels let down by the country's authorities for allowing such an individual who is illegal in the first instance in the country, let alone luring her child only to rape and murder her. Talk to us about what it is that needs to be strengthened. Where is the break in the chain for people coming into the country illegally?
Yeah, so normally many of the illegal entry is through the land borders, as we know. And we have virtually all the security clusters at the border. The police and the national defense are actually there to ensure that they patrol and ensure that there's safety at the border. And we also know that the recent establishment of the Border Management Authority was actually supposed to reinforce the integration of security border management. We have the Home Affairs also at the border, making sure that everyone coming into the country should have the legal right to do so. But it's also, I think it's also a concern that despite all these security clusters and security agencies, there's the proliferation of people coming into the country, and in most instances, it is some of the security officials that are actually compromising, and you sometimes hear issues relating to bribery and corruption.
Yeah.
We hear officials even collecting as little as 200 rand to allow illegal individuals or migrants into the country.
Yeah.
And I think that a way to handle this might be the need for maybe border cameras on those that are working in those borders. Thank you.
The suspect, Dr. Mangai, this suspect,
Yes.
we are told by the police that he entered the country legally in September of 2022. He returned to his home country only to come back into South Africa illegally, and he was never detected since by the authorities that he was back in South Africa but illegal. How easy or difficult is it for the police to pick up these individuals who are illegal migrants living within communities? Whose job is that actually? Is it the police or is it the immigration officials, the people that are linked to Home Affairs?
So I think at the border, Home Affairs has the much jurisdiction to ensure that they actually ensure the checks of those coming in. But once they are in, then the police patrolling, especially risk areas and areas where this individual is living, where it's an informal settlement, but also living in areas where it is lacking some form of formal address. I think there should be the presence, the physical presence of police, ensuring that they actually check. And now you could see that the much focus is in the physical barrier and trying to get hold of this individual, right? But I think there's a need for intelligence sharing, and that could actually enhance the need for this the arrest of this guy. Thank you.
All right. Dr. Mary Mangai is a crime expert talking to us tonight about the collaborative effort that we have seen in this case and resulting in the arrest of the suspect.